Yo, what is up, you guys? Johnny Burgess in the building, or you could call me Coach AJ here of Anatomy Bar. And today, I want to talk to you guys about how to achieve the best physique that you can achieve in less time than you think. All right? So make sure you guys stay tuned, subscribe, like the channel, and let me tell you a little bit more about it. So for me, it all started back, I was always pretty healthy and athletic. I played soccer, football, basketball, track, fencing, foot, everything that I could get my hands on. Like I was doing it, whatever physical activity, snowboarding, hiking, whatever movement I was into it. I love moving, right? Um, However, I also really wanted to be just strong and healthy. And I always looked up to like bodybuilders and people who had like incredible physiques. However, growing up, I was always like this. I was always like a skinny kid, you know? I always had a 28 waist. I mean, I still have a 28 waist, you know? Like I'm still pretty slim. Like I just have a little bit of muscle on my body and I feel great, you know? And so one of the things that really was a switch to me was when I started working at a gym. I got my nutritional certification, I got my personal training certification, and I really started to understand what I was doing and how to force my body to change, what kind of training that I needed to apply so that I can get the results that I wanted. And I think that's the biggest thing, because I see a lot of people go to the gym and just, they'll be going to the gym for years because they think, you know, I need to exercise to stay healthy, stay fit. But most of them get subpar results. And so it's like a lot of people decide that they need training, they need trainers. And maybe you do, but maybe you just need to subscribe to this channel so you can learn exactly what you need to do to get awesome results. So what are results that everybody wants? Everybody wants to be lean and fit. Generally, I want to say most of the population wants to be lean and fit. A few people want to be huge and jacked, right? And that's like the minority. So I'm primarily working on helping people get lean and fit. I also believe that every man should have a certain baseline metrics. I'm going to come back to the metrics in a second. So where does one start in terms of how to get lean, jacked, right? So you got to really start with self-awareness. Where are you right now in your life? How old are you? How much do you weigh? How tall are you? These are going to come back to the metrics that you should be thinking about. So when you are, say, for example, you know, I want to have a six pack. You know, I want to have a six pack, nice toned arms, nice fit body. So what does that really look like from where you are right now? Generally, for men, you want to be around 10%. That's the goal that I have everybody look to achieve. You have to achieve about 10% body fat. You can go below and you can be a little bit above, but let's call it 8 to 12 as a nice happy range. That's pretty much where I live at all year, all the time, no matter what, because I feel best at that body fat percentage. So there's so many different techniques under the sun. However, I don't like diets because those are temporary. I believe in creating a lifestyle. So that's part of what I do, is create a long-term plan that you can apply for your entire life. Most of my clients, assuming you guys become one eventually, I have for forever. The clients I've had, I still have. You know, I've only been accumulating more people, and they continue to stick with it because they continue to see incredible results. So you want to get to 8 to 12% body fat, right? How do you do that? Well, most of which is going to be accomplished through your nutritional intake. I believe that if you're an American, that you eat more than you need to, generally speaking. We have a very unique Western diet that no one else in the world really adheres to, only us. And so, you know, it's not our fault. It is our fault. It's your fault. It's exactly your fault because you never pause to stop and think, why am I eating this way? So for example, you probably eat 3 meals a day, like the commercials tell you to do. They probably eat, you know, what is it? Orange juice, eggs, bacon, and some bread or whatever, some carb for breakfast, right? Because that's what the commercials say that you should eat. But do you ever pause and think, what's the best thing for my body to have when I first wake up? No, that's okay, because I have, but I'll come back to that probably in another video. What else do you have? You have snacks, you have a big lunch, you like to have, you know, burgers, steaks, potatoes, all those like really awesome heavy foods. And then you also want to have dinner, and you also still want to have snacks. And most people, if you're of age, you want to drink as well. So you guys are just putting a whole bunch of stuff in your bodies, but you're really not thinking about the quality of the food. And that's my biggest thing. So I'm vegan, and I've been vegan for about 6 years. And I don't always push veganism on people, but my clients who are not vegan, I require them to get higher quality foods. So don't get the standard stuff. And you typically have to pay more for higher quality, but you pay for what you get, really. And at the end of the day, the full circle is how you treat yourself reflects everything else, right? So you're gonna give yourself the best, you're gonna give yourself the worst. You're gonna go for the fast food, or you're gonna go for the quality food, you know? And then ultimately your body reflects it. And then of course, there's outliers. People have ridiculously high metabolism, but that's based off of your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, AKA how much muscle you really have in your body. So gonna come back full circle to that as well. So you know that you want to get to 8 to 12% body fat. You know that you need to eat quality foods. And what you really need to do is figure out what type of schedule, what kind of system you can have in place that will allow you to maintain this for perpetuity. Because I don't want you to just have six-pack once and never again, not just for a wedding, which is great, but you want to maintain that. You want to be able to keep that healthy build, I would say, for the rest of your life. I mean, why not? So what do? What you want to do really is, after you figure out what percentage you're at currently, how much percentage you need to get to, right? After you determine what kind of food you need to be eating, you need to have a perfect plan. And that's usually where I like to come in, because I am great at making a plan for your schedule. I actually know my client's schedule better than they do, right? I know when they wake up, when they go to work, what their habits are, when are they most hungry, this, that, and the third. And there's a bunch of amazing tips that I can give you. I actually have a couple PDF ebooks I'm happy to send if you're interested. However, after what I do, I'm gonna tell you what I do with my clients. I'll consult with them, right? And you could also book a consultation with me as well. And I'll ask them, like, okay, what's your eating history like? How did you eat growing up with your family? Because that's generally how people continue to eat. I think one of the biggest issues that people have is not really just pausing, like slowing down. Why do I eat this way? Is it because my family eats this way? Is it because my culture is this way? Does it make it right? And I think about that, not to get too off track, but I often think about religion. Like, why are you the religion that you have? Is it because your family's that religion? What about the people on the other side of the world? Does that make their religion wrong? Something to think about. I personally studied all the different religions that there are. I read each book that there is, and I have made my own conclusions, but that's a whole nother topic. So getting back to the eating, I've studied different eating cultures. There's a great book called The China Study. There's so many great books, 80-10-10. There's so many books that people should read, but no one's really pausing to think about what they're eating. And the biggest thing for me, why I'm so intentional about food, is because the food that you're consuming, it becomes part of you. So if you take that shoulder of the cow, you eat it, that's turning into your body. That is you now internalized. You use that to build muscle. You use that to your body will use it to just like break down and to strip nutrients from it. So again, I'm always thinking about getting yourself the best quality of foods, because you're only making it part of you, And again, with the aesthetics, you look like what you eat. If you eat crap, you're gonna look like crap. If you eat great, you're gonna look great. It's really that simple. And so, there's a lot of techniques that you can apply to get higher quality foods. Part of which is just doing some simple research. Take 10 minutes. This is an actionable step you could take right now. Take 10 minutes and look up all the healthy foods in your area. Most people think that there's nothing that they can choose from, but it's really because they never really looked. Just look up health food stores, vegan shops. They're around. You just gotta look for them. And so nutrition is a huge part of you looking the way you look. So after that, say you had your consultation with me, you know exactly what you should be eating and when, right? You have a plan. That's ultimately what I'm getting at. You need to have a specific plan tailored to you. I don't like to do cookie cutter stuff because I really feel like everyone's different. Everyone has different work schedule, life schedule, sleep schedule, though there's an optimal schedule for everyone, or generally as well. You need what works for you. So you need to basically get yourself to a place where you're consuming just that much less than you're burning. Then you will burn body fat. In addition to specific exercises that will help you not only burn the body fat, but also build the muscle. Because my philosophy is I want people to build strength, build muscle. That's like my first goal, because think of it like an engine. The bigger the engine is, the more fuel it takes, right? If you have a small engine, you're not gonna take up that much fuel. So that's gonna tie into your BMR. Again, every man I think should have certain metrics, and I'm gonna bring it up now, because when you have certain metrics hit, your muscle will automatically be a certain size, right? So let's take a bench press. This is 95 pounds. If you can do 95-pound bench press, you will be a certain size. If you could do 200-pound bench press, your chest will be a certain size, right? Every man should be able to do 135, in my opinion. You should be able to bench your body weight and more, ideally. So figure out where you're at now and be like, okay, this is what I should try to figure out. These are my metrics that I need to achieve. My personal metric goals is to be able to bench 225 for 12, to bench 315 for 3, squat 315 for 5 to 8, deadlift 315 for 8, maybe 405 on the deadlifts, 405 on the squats. And I don't really want to go past 405. 405 is 45 plates on each side, and that's big weight, and I want to do that at 190 pounds lean. So that is my metric performance goal that I want to achieve, because I feel like I will look really healthy and strong and just jacked, right? Right now I'm at 180 and I'm kind of a ways from those performance metrics, but that's okay. There's a plan, performance, scheduling and periodization that I'm sticking to, and I'm seeing crazy, awesome results. And I'm really happy with it. And I want basically you guys to also get crazy, awesome results and be really happy with it too. So a couple of steps that you need to be taking is just make sure you go through this video and really listen to what I'm saying, go back and forth, put questions in the comments. I'm definitely gonna respond to all of your questions, and really do your best to have that first step, which is awareness. Where are you today? Where do you wanna get to? Then follow all the other steps. And then when you're ready, hop in a consultation call with me, and I'm happy to send you some PDFs that you can get started on your process, right? For free, all for free. Again, part of me with creating this channel is to just help as many people as possible, right? I feel like every man should be able to feel healthy and confident in his own skin so he could go out and conquer the world. So, Coach AJ signing out. See you guys in the next video.